Hey, Vince Bolito here, and in this video I'm going to introduce some unique information about how to love yourself more fully and completely. And the title of the video is Real Self-Love, How You Know You Have It, and I'm going to give you a guided process at the end to expand the quality of self-love that you experience on a daily basis. So before we get into the process, I'm going to set a little bit of this background and explain what self-love really is, because I think a lot of people limit their understanding of self-love to just the degree to which I can accept and love this body, mind system, this which I am right here. But I'm going to speak a little bit about an expanded version of self-love. And so self-love to me is measured in relationships. And I don't just mean relationships with other people. They're one dimension of the degree by which we can measure our self-love. Self-love is actually measured across multiple dimensions, and I'm going to share those dimensions here. And how we relate to those dimensions, in my view, determines the quality of self-love, or the degree to which we actually love ourselves. First, let me begin with the self. The self is typically defined as me, myself, and I, an individual person, as opposed or distinct from another person like you on the other end of this video. And that's true, but I'm going to speak about a different self that includes this self. So it's not really different, it's a more expanded self, I should say. And this expanded self is the self that is all existence. And to me, self-love, to be fully known, means to be aware of the totality of the real self. And the real self is cosmic and beyond cosmic. And the way we can measure that in our human experience is by the degree to which we can love the various dimensions inside of this totality. And so we can distinguish or break apart into some pieces or segments to view. They're not separate. There's a continuum here, but we can distinguish them for understanding how we relate to these dimensions of love and our own self. So we have the individual, we have me, myself, and I, and the degree to which I can be with me, accept me, honor me, take care of me, myself and I, is the degree to which I love the individual self, this little self. But to have real self-love, ultimate self-love, it has to be expanded beyond this individual. And so it can be measured in by the degree to which I can love with another human being, like an intimate partnership, husband, a wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, a spouse, somebody that you're truly intimately close with. And it could be a close friend or companion as well. But the intimate relationship requires a very special degree of self-love, because the degree to which I can open to another is going to reveal the degree to which I'm open to myself. That goes for all the dimensions, but I'm just speaking about this intimate partnership now. Can I share my darkest secrets, worst fears, the things I'm most ashamed of with my significant other? If I can, that it could also measure the degree to which they can love and accept me, right? If they can be with all of that, they truly love me. But sharing that requires a degree of self-love. I must truly accept myself where I am and have a degree of confidence within myself to be able to share that part of myself with another person. And that's a way we can measure real self-love. So the more I can share, the more honest I can be with myself as an individual. That's level 1 degree of self-love. Level 2 degrees of self-love would be, really being able to share those parts of myself that I'm aware of with another human being. And if they receive that, that's wonderful. If they don't, that doesn't count against the measure or degree to which I love myself. It just says the degree to which they're able to experience love within themselves and with me as a partner, right? I haven't always known that. Especially those of us who are seeking approval or just desperate for approval or wanting others' approval. It's a hard one, right? But so then we move on beyond the intimate love relationship and into the group dynamic, family dynamic, team workers, co-workers, our social groups and settings, the people we hang out with, the groups that we have, that we participate in and that nurture us, that help us grow. Those relationships also are a way to measure the degree of self-love we have. The quality of those relationships indicates whether we are really in love with ourselves. Are we letting ourselves be, trampled on or spoken to harshly or neglected or not served? Or, are we withholding ourselves? Maybe they're nice people, but we're not really sharing ourselves with them. That tells us that maybe we don't really love ourselves. It's not just even about loving them, although loving them and loving others is a way to measure how much real self-love we embody, right? Our capacity to love others is an indicator of that. But there are many people who can love others very well, but not receive it themselves or give it to themselves. Maybe they can share, give generously and whatever, but they're not sharing themselves, or they're not receiving love or allowing themselves to be supported and nurtured. Love shows up in many different ways. And the degree to which we measure our self-love, is found inside of these dynamics that I'm mentioning, these relationships that we have in our lives with individual self, intimate partner, and also the groups, the social groups and family members. And so the more we can share and give of ourselves openly, honestly, authentically, vulnerably, the more love we have for ourselves. So what I'm saying is, like, being home alone and being comfortable just in your own little space and with your own body, that is a form of self-love, but it's not total self-love. It's not, I wouldn't say real self-love, if that's how you measure your self-love only. I would say it's important, but it's not complete. Complete self-love to me means expanding inside of all these dimensions. And we're going to go beyond the groups into the family, the humanity dimension altogether, like how we relate to people all over, the people in our neighborhood that we don't know, the people we meet in the grocery store, or when we're out in public shopping at the mall or something, or at an event, the degree to which we can embrace and honor those people out there and be open and connected with those people out there does indicate how much self-love we actually have. Love for self as an individual, and love for self, the more expanded self, which includes those people. Does that make sense? And again, I don't want, not again, but for the first time, I say this isn't meant to shame ourselves. That's not love. If for some reason you find inside of this video that your love is actually not expanding in these dimensions the way that you now see possible, that doesn't mean there's something to look down upon yourself about. We never do that. That's definitely never an act of self-love. Embrace that part of yourself. Look at that. Take a look and see if you can open up and bring love to that part of you. This is an opportunity to get more awareness about where you might be limiting love's expression in your life. Okay, so with humanity, it's about sharing with humanity yourself and also receiving humanity. And that's a big task, but it doesn't have to be the whole entire population at once. It could just be the people that you don't know, you don't have any relationship with, but you run into on a day-to-day basis. How you are with them, how you perceive them, how you welcome them in, and how you share yourself with them is a way to measure the degree of self-love that you embody. Remember, I'm speaking about this expanded self, the cosmic self, the divine self even. The next level of relationship to look at is animals, the animal kingdom and the plant kingdom. How much love do you have for animals and plants? That is also a way to measure how much self-love we have, because they're part of our existence, and they're part of the existence of life itself. So your relationship with animals and plants is a degree to which you can know how loving you really are. And can you let animals in? Are you playful with them? I'm not saying be foolish and play with wild animals that would hurt you, or dogs that maybe, aren't friendly, but there's a degree of love that you can measure there and you can expand into. And then there's the divine or God realm. How expanded is your love for God, the source of all that is? And I mean this in beyond religious context, okay? When I say God, I just mean the cosmic source of all life, of all existence. That's your existence and every other existence that is. What is your relationship with that part of yourself like? And so those are things to explore if you really want to have self-love. And so because I'm limiting this video to 15 minutes, I got about 5 minutes left to share with you a little guided process. I want to share this process with you so that you can check in with yourself and relax with yourself and allow more love into yourself and into all dimensions of life. So if you want to participate, just go ahead and just relax in your body. You can close your eyes or keep your eyes open. And you just feel into your body and allow the body to relax. Start to notice your breath and just allow my voice to guide you and take you there. There's nothing you need to do. There's nothing that's wrong in this moment with you and whatever you're experiencing. Can you just allow your thoughts, your emotions, your feelings and sensations, and your body to simply be as it is, and you just be as and be what you are. Right here, all of you. And just welcome the love that's available here and now to the best of your ability, opening more to love within yourself, for yourself, as an individual. Allowing love for your mind, love for your heart, your emotions, love for the feelings and sensations in your body, whatever's there, to the best of your ability. Just loving it all and allowing love in. Love is like allowing. Love is easy, actually. But you might feel some resistance. If you do, that's okay. Can you love that too, or allow love to be present to that, just the way it is? Not that you need to change it or do anything different. Can you just love whatever's there for you right now in this moment? And can you consider the love that you have for an intimate partner, how much you share with that partner if you have one, or you're willing to share, and allow them to share. What is the degree to which you can share with one another and to be with one another and to hold space for one another? Can you allow a little more love into that relationship? And can you also allow more love into the groups that you participate in? Can you allow yourself to share yourself more? Can you allow them to share themselves more? Can you be curious and interested? Can you be more relaxed and more at ease with them? Can you allow more love into those relationships to circulate through them? And what about the entirety of the human race, the people you meet in public? Could you just allow a little more love in for those people that you might just see? Maybe you never speak with them. What does it feel like to just appreciate them? Maybe just appreciate their presence, that they're a human being with experiences and pain and pleasure just like you, with family and friends just like you, with wants and needs and concerns just like you. And what would it be like to allow them to value you as well? Just imagine it, sense it, feel it. Allowing love to circulate there. And what about love for the animals and plants in your life? Do you have any house plants? Plants in your yard, plants in nature when you walk around? Maybe just taking a moment to acknowledge them, to allow their love in, like trees giving off oxygen and plants giving off oxygen, or the beauty of the flowers or the fruit of the trees. That's a form of love. Can you acknowledge that just in this moment, that you're being loved in that way? And can you just allow your heart to open and share love with the trees and the plants and animals as well? Getting curious and interested in animals of all kinds, and just knowing that they're just a part of creation too, just like you. Can you honor that? Can you allow love into that? And can you allow love into this idea of God, the totality, all that is? Whatever that means for you, beyond a religious context, can you just be with it? And that includes all religions. Can you just love religions for what they are? Can you just let people be where they are? Honor them. Appreciate them for their heart and who they are as people just like you. Good. Just let that open up to the best of your ability. And if you're challenged in that, it's okay. Can you just honor that part of yourself that's maybe resisting that, or any part of this process? It all just can be welcomed in with love. Okay, beautiful. Now just take a nice deep breath through the nose into the belly, and then let it out through the mouth. Thank you for participating. And if you'd like to experience more of this type of communication, this type of information, and these type of processes, feel free to join the Core Community Facebook group. I'll leave a link in the comments or description somewhere. And you can also check out the rest of my work that's listed there. Thank you for being here.